barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. My voice is still hoarse from celebrating Saturday night, man. And congratulations to Andy Ruiz, man. Man, what a story, man. I live in LA, so I'm getting a handful of stories. My trainer actually worked out in the gym with him, and I saw Ellie's bring back those stories. Man, it's just, and I don't know. I never interviewed him, but I'm sure he was in the gym when I used to go in there and watch Amir Khan and all those guys. So I'm sure he was in there at some point, but I never had a chance to meet him then. I covered him on some top ranked undercards years ago, and as I told you guys, I lost track of him, and it was great to see him. Um, it was great to see him um, um, when I saw him for the what was that? The April 20th card, and I was like, man, I haven't seen you in a few years, Andy. Man, you looking good. Andy looked good. He looked more shapely, man, and no pause. I hate that I got to do that shit for y'all homosexuals that always think that when you're talking in real time that anyways, man. So he's looking in better shape, you know what I mean? And when I used the term shapely, I was describing he wasn't as square as he used to be. Like he's been working out and lifting a lot more weights. But anyways, as I digress into what I want to talk about, um, it's a lot of trouble. Anthony Joshua begged his father not to beat up Eddie Hearn. Begged his father. Begged his father. He said, please, please don't do it, Dad. Please, please don't do it. And I don't know if the rumors are true. I have reached out to sparring partners. I've reached out to everyone I can possibly reach out to. And I have yet to hear back from them in terms of getting an interview. I'm trying to secure one as we speak. And, um, but it's just Eddie Hearn. I heard it. He pointed his finger in Eddie Hearn's face and wanted to fight him. And the rumors has it that he was knocked down, knocked out, unconscious 8 days before the fight. And uh, um, and the dad wanted the fight stopped. And the rumor has it that the fight was delayed in the back because Anthony Joshua was having a nervous breakdown. There was nothing wrong with him in terms of physically, like his arms and his legs, but he was still feeling effects of being concussed. And honestly, he didn't respond well to being hit Saturday night. I, Nothing would have saved him Saturday night. It was Andy Ruiz night, and he was going to win. Andy Ruiz was going to win because I picked him to win by knockout. Okay? I picked Andy Ruiz to win by knockout, so he was going to win by knockout regardless. Black Fight fan, I don't know, man. But I'm stealing your shine right now. I know, but Black Fight fan picked him as well. So, but yeah, man. It's about to unravel. It's about to unravel. And here's what I want to say to all my fighters out there. And I may even make this a theme, so you guys may get tired of me saying this. I think I'm gonna have to do a video on this once every 3 weeks, once every 2 weeks, to get the message out there to all these Black and Latino fighters. If there's no one in your boardroom that you sign with that doesn't take a liking to you, that knows your culture and understands your culture and has come from your culture, be hesitant to sign with them. Okay? I know boxing is a dire sport has no, let's use the term not dire. Let's use the term humble beginnings, right? 9 out of 10 times it's a poor man's sports, right? There are very few Mike Lees in this world where you come from affluence, you come from a job. It's a way to literally fight your way out of poverty, right? And I so I understand the significance of it. Uh, I fight now personally on a personal level, and I honestly say if I had a father, I would have been boxed. I don't know how well I would have been. I can't say I would have been. I can't say I would have done well, but um, I would have fought on some level. Maybe amateur for a couple of years until I got to high school, and then dove off into basketball and football, and I don't know that. But I look at myself now. If my dad had to take me in the gym at 6 or 7, you quite possibly could have seen the coordination. I don't know the potential, but just the ability to put punches and footwork together. And um, I just want us to do better. Looking at Eddie Hearn's face, looking so stoic, like, you ain't gonna do nothing to me. I don't care what you do or say. You could beat me up right now. His face looked like, I have your son under contract, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do about it. Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, I've been rather hard on you. I've been rather hard on you. And I've had every right to be rather hard on you based off of the words that's come out of your mouth and how you've allowed a man with that put wool over your eyes to allow him to do it. And you protected him. You protected him. Now, when you rewatch the press conference, you can see how Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua are protecting each other. Anthony Joshua's dad wanted to beat Eddie Hearn's ass in the back. Literally wanted to beat his ass. He wanted to beat him to a drum. And I've gotten some DMs from people who say they're in the know. And so let's just say all this is speculation, right? But these are people that consistently reach out to me with information as it relates to Matchroom and so on and so forth. But I said the truth will come out over the 2 weeks. Eddie Hearn is rather quiet today. I know IFL is probably still in New York because Triple G is fighting. I don't know this to be true. I'm just making the assumption. I recall Eddie Hearn saying he'll be in New York for the next 3 weeks, right? So with that being said, we can formulate or construct as close to true as possible. So I think that Anthony Joshua, I know your team watches my videos. I know your team watches videos that are similar to mine. Watch channels from the LDBC New Media on some level because you can't help it because it's in your mentions, right? If I put out 10 videos a day, they put out 10 videos a day. You got 10 people putting out 10 videos a day. That's 100 videos a day. One of them has to go to your mentions. And then you hear that channel, then you hear that channel. Then it's like a motherfucking spiral. That's why I don't click on videos that don't like me because I just choose not to get caught up in that web. And but Anthony Joshua, from a man, I want you to do well. One, you quit, and two, you allowed Eddie Hearn to lead you to Death Valley. And I'm not talking about LSU. All right, I'm not talking about Clemson University. All right, I think it's just rather important that you understand where you are at in your life. Okay, if you need a buyout, you are a man of great influence right now. You can still do what you need to do. Okay, you can still be the king of your castle. Do I think you're done? I don't think you're done. I think you can take 2 fights, win over the public again, get a knockout, beat up some local British guys who won that colorful belt, that rainbow type belt, the British heavyweight championship. You can go beat up on somebody like that. I think Joe Joyce has that belt now, so you might not want to fight Joe Joyce. And but I think it's just important that you understand that the divisiveness, the mental divisiveness, the mental play that Eddie Hearn has on you right now. But on the outside looking in, I believe all your dad wanted to do was protect you. I think at the end of the day, parents lean on being parents more than being managers. Parents lean on more protecting their children than they are auctioning off their parents auctioning off their children for their talents. Because I speak from experience. I'm rather protective of my kids. I've had a handful of agents ask me for my kids, and I says, "There's no way in hell I'm gonna let an agent control my kid, and the motherfucker, my son, can't drive yet." You understand what I'm saying? Meaning he doesn't have the cognitive level Like my son can easily be manipulated, and your child, your 4-year-old child, can be easily manipulated right now because they're all loving, right? They don't know, they know what's right and wrong, but their spirits are so pure. And I think Anthony Joshua is in position right now, um, where um, it's going to it's going to really hurt his career, and he can be the trailblazer for basically for what Al Heyman is attempted is doing. Excuse me, is doing with his fighters. You are in control of your you are in control of your fate. Bronze Bomber Promotions, right? You extract Lou DiBella, you save that money. You personally make the deal with Barclay to put your shirts and stuff in the arena. You don't need a promoter to do that for you. You can do that yourself. That's just a conversation. You understand? What do we need to get you to fight here at Barclay, Deontay? That's all? Okay. You can have that store. You can have that square footage. What else do we need? You need 10 rooms. You need, you know what I mean? So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Anthony Joshua, man, take care of yourself now because the decisions you make now will haunt you for a long time. If you don't believe me, sit down with and I don't know the problems that they have, but sit down with Frank Bruno, sit down with um, his son fights. His son just beat somebody um, in February 21st, I believe he fought. I can't think of the kid's name, but his son is a fighter. So talk with these people and gain some knowledge. But we'll see, man. I'm really interested to see how this story develops because this is a story that's important for the business of boxing. It's just that I mean not Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua is the example that we have to use. So I would say that this story is not really about Anthony Joshua. Obviously it's about Anthony Joshua, but the bigger picture in the sport of boxing, how uh, promoters will destroy you for the betterment of themselves. Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.